Hi, and welcome to Couchspiration. My name is Emily, and this is my couch. It used to be someone else's couch, but now it is mine. So here's the deal. I am a writer who works from home. I have the chance to read Facebook a lot, and through the memes, the questionnaires, and the strange status updates, I see a lot of suffering going on. I see a ton of people who are stymieing their own progress to their goals because they see those goals as silly or unfounded or unjustified, and they see themselves as unworthy. They don't think that they need to reach for those goals because deep down they feel they're not worthy of the kindness, generosity, and compassion that they have within their hearts. They're not worthy of their own kindness and generosity and compassion. So you hear them say, "Oh, if you can only see the type of person I am, you wouldn't think that I was worthy of kindness or compassion or generosity. I don't deserve this. I don't need this. I don't, and it's sad." So in order to punish themselves for some mysterious transgressions or even real transgressions that they had in the past, these people, they don't pursue or they don't take steps toward the things that they want. And you might honestly be one of those people. I don't know. But that they take away the things that would make them thrive. They intentionally cut themselves off from what would make them thrive, what would make them happy, what would make them feel fulfilled, their purpose, the thing that burns inside. And, they say to themselves, I'll stay in this dead-end job. I'll stay in this craptacular relationship. I'll bury myself in paperwork for a boss that sees me as a cog. I'll hurt myself every day. I'll stick my hand in the shredder for fuck that. Fuck that all to hell. I mean, I know those feels. I know those feels all too well. I worked at a job for many years and I was scared. I was scared a good portion of the time. Every month or so, maybe every 2 months, I go through a phase. I go through a phase thinking that I would be fired. I would be mad at my boss. I would be mad at the people who were above me. I would be mad at my coworkers. I would be mad at the whole situation. I would go to work. I would leave for work at 6:30 in the morning. I would get there by 8. I would be pissed off all day. I would take the hour and a half to get home. I woke up at 6:30. I'd get home at about 6:30 or 7. So I've spent 12 hours being completely and totally unhappy. I called it ambient anger at the time. And it was a crap that covered me. It was a muck that covered me. It felt like, I was covered in syrup. And it was dragging me down. It was sapping my energy. It was sapping me dry. It was making me a shitty person to be around. And I feared. I feared the change. I feared everything about it. I feared success. I feared failure. I saw opportunities. I saw thoughts. I saw ideas of things that I wanted to do. But I was scared. And I was scared shitless about everything. So I've become a writer since then. I've been on the couch for quite a number of years, but I've been a writer for at least 8 years now, doing this stuff professionally. And I talk with a lot of people every day. And you might be one of them, you might not be, I don't know. But I've asked folks, what's stopping you? I've said, hey, what's stopping you from doing what you want? What's stopping you from achieving your dreams? What's stopping you from being all the person that you need to be or that you want to be, with the creative inspiration of everything that you should be? And I didn't drink my own Kool-Aid. I was a bad person. I did not drink my own Kool-Aid. I'd spend my time trying to figure out what would bring light into my life. And then I'd get a flicker and not pursue it because I was scared. I was scared out of my mind. I was scared of taking this step. I was scared that there wouldn't be a safety net. And, one of the thoughts that I had was I can make videos because videos are they've appealed to me, and the thought has appealed to me, but I hadn't really done it before. I've done a lot of writing, and I've done script writing, and I've done, video sales letter writing, and I've done writing for a TED Talk, which sounds really fun to do for myself. And I like the writing that I do because it captures the words that are in my head. And so I thought, hey, let's make videos. But I was scared. I was scared shitless. I did not know. It was more of the unknown, and that's what was stopping. What if somebody saw my face? What if somebody saw who I was? What if, God forbid, somebody trolled me? Or, what if they called me a crappy person? Or what if they said, oh, you're fat? I know I am, okay? And so I'd sit at the sidelines, all the while holding my banner and holding my pennant for everyone, or trying to hold it for everybody around. And I had no idea what my own thing was. And I had no idea until, it's taken a lot of time. And so this video is kind of the answer to, well, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from doing the things that I need to do? What's stopping you from doing the things that you need to do? And the answer is, in a lot of cases, it's going to be you, or it's going to be me. What's stopping me? I am. And it took me a long time, and you can say it all you want, but it took me a long time to really realize that you can't control how people are going to respond to you. You can't control anything. You can't control how they're going to react to you. You can't control what's going to go on. You can make reasonable guesses, but even then you can't control. You can't totally control it, because other people are out of your control. You only control your attitude and your actions. So people are going to laugh, and people are going to be haters, and people are going to be stupid, and people are going to be silly, but people are also going to be supportive, and they're going to be loving, and they're going to admire your courage, and they're going to admire how brave you are for taking your step out, and they're going to encourage you to the point where you can only bring tears to your eyes, and you know that you'll keep marching and you'll keep moving. So let me say that again. You only control your attitude and your actions. You only control those two things, and the rest is kind of irrelevant. You can pay attention to it, you can be affected by it, but it's really on other people. And when you take the attitude of kindness and compassion and generosity, then the whole world becomes a different place. So if you control your attitudes, your actions, and the way that you move and think and all of that, then, things happen, and things happen for a reason. But to wrap this up, to come back around to the point, this video is pretty much as much for me as it is for you, straight from the couch. So I'm going to leave you with this. Be yourself and do the thing. You deserve happiness, and you deserve success, and you deserve all of the good things. And if you are, it depends on what flavor of spirituality, or you deserve the kingdom of heaven, or you deserve the wonders of life. We're lucky to be here, and it is an amazing world that we live in. To paraphrase a song, actually to quote a song, it is an amazing world that we live in. And so, one last thought. May you be well.